Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to another episode of Beautiful I Am Colored. As promised, I am coming to you on location today. I have had a very eventful weekend here in Washington, D.C. and waiting to board a flight back to Denver. So we were here, Marlon is like my number one travel companion. And so we were here celebrating my aunt's 60th birthday. And trust me, no way it looks like 60. But nonetheless, it is a milestone birthday. And so she had an amazing soiree, as some people might call it. And we had a fabulous time laughing and dancing and seeing family and seeing my cousins and like my first cousins, like just seeing them. That's always like such a huge highlight for me. And also seeing one of my cousins I haven't seen in like forever, Jessica. And my spirit is filled, and I'm so excited. I have tomorrow off, and I'm so glad I had the wherewithal to do that, because I sit here today on the eve of my 46th birthday. And yes, some of you wish me happy birthday on Facebook at the beginning of this month. And that is because I never share my real birthday on the social media platforms. But actual birthday tomorrow, and so super excited to see another year of life, to be enjoying life at its fullest. And it's one of those things, like just sitting here at the airport, and I am in the, United Club area where you wait on flights. And you know what? Let me just do this real quick. For those of you who travel more than, let's say, 3 times per year, I highly encourage you to go ahead and invest or even pay for the day pass if you're traveling somewhere and your layover is more than 2 hours, or the time before your flight is 2 hours. Go ahead and invest in a day pass at whatever airline that you traveled on. Most airlines, major airlines, United, American, etc., they have these types of opportunities, and for the price of a day pass, you get unlimited beverages and alcohol, non-alcoholic, as well as food options in most of these places. So well worth the investment, I would say, and pretty much going to be the same price as paying for standing in line at a regular restaurant at the airport and getting you a drink and having to deal with all of that. Much more laid back, much more enjoyable experience. That being said, I've kind of already cascaded into shout outs and thank yous for this week. And the first shout out and thank you goes to the Gaylord National Resorts spa. I had an amazing 80-minute treatment there yesterday, and it really made me miss like my old routine of having a monthly massage and monthly chiropractic adjustment. And it's kind of like, girl, why you get off of your routine? So I might be getting back on that soon. Additionally, I also had an amazing time at the restaurant, McCormick and Schmick's, and I believe our server's name is Danielle, and Danielle was awesome, walked us through the menu, and it was just such good food. Like, I had steak. Like, how do you go to a steakhouse and not have steak, right? So I had the steak, and I had dessert to go, which I have yet to try. I said on this 4-hour flight back to Denver, I'll try my dessert at that time, which is, what is this? Upside down apple pie something or another, without the ice cream, of course, because that doesn't travel very well. And the service was just excellent. And as you all know, here on this platform, I love to shout out when I have an opportunity to experience excellence in service. And so shout out to Danielle. Thank you so much for taking good care of us. And if you happen upon this podcast any particular day, I hope you take advantage of my suggestion of attending the Winter Park Jazz Festival. Okay. This is not going to be a long one because, again, I am en route this week, but I am just coming on to you now and just thinking about, as you know, my thoughts and reflections I share each and every week with you to provide a sense of hope and healing. And if you're new here and you're just stopping by, my name is Evelyn. I think it's the second week in a row I just jumped right in and just y'all just know me. But my name is Evelyn. I am the creator of this podcast as well as the book titled Beautiful I Am Colored. So glad that you stopped by. And this is the place, again, where I share insights and perspectives I've gained from my week with the listening audience. And hope that you can pull something from it. And so this week is no different than any other week. And apologies for the noise in the background. Again, at the airport, so you're going to hear a little bit different sounds this week. But, hey, this is life, and I like to be as transparent as possible, so here we are. The one thing I wanted to share this week, though, that has been heavy on my mind is how we hold back. How we hold back of things that we desire and that we want and that maybe we feel is achievable, but maybe perhaps the people who we are around do not necessarily share that same sentiment in it being achievable. And I think the reason why this is important is because sometimes when you have things that you want to accomplish in life, sometimes you're going to be the only person. You're going to be the sole person who has the vision to see the outcome that you desire. And seldom will you be around people who see that same vision, because the vision was provided to you, right? So that vision is yours indeed, regardless of if you are linked up with someone or not. And sometimes, I say that because sometimes, there'll be things that I can see within my relationship, but it's more individualized. And, Marlon may not always agree. He may not always be able to see the same things, that I can see. And that becomes a challenge, right? But I want to encourage all of us that regardless of if you have someone connected to you that can see what you see or not, that you still continue to press through and follow through with your goals, because we have this one life. I mean, that's one thing that was so apparent to me, at this weekend and celebrating my aunt, is that, man, life is so fleeting. It goes by so incredibly fast. And I would say I'm not fearful of many things, but one of the things that challenges me is that when we get to a place in life, let's say, speed up to when I'm 60 or 70, I don't want to ever get to that place in my life where I've gotten there and then, I'm looking back and regretting all of the things that I wish I had done, wish I had seen, wish I had experienced, and I didn't, because I let someone talk me out of it, number one, or number two, I talked my own self out of it. And essentially, I would say it's more of the latter part. You talk your own self out of it, even if it is inclusive of influential statements by others. So I just wanted to encourage you all that, this life is so short. We have one life to live, and man, just grab it and do what you feel like you need and want to do, within reason, of course. No one is talking about doing anything crazy or out of the norm. But actually, now that I said that out loud, maybe I am talking about doing something crazy or out of the norm. I mean, that's how we have and how we are experiencing the most things that we're experiencing now, is because someone was innovative and out of the box and thought about, what? People really don't like to travel in airports and all the the busyness of it all. So why don't we create a club where members can go and they can pay a nominal fee and enjoy all of these wonderful things? That was somebody's innovative idea years ago, and now it is a thing across airports nationwide and globally. So just even with that, and you know what, and it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to sit in wide seats, that your booty not hanging off the back, or your back is sitting upright, and you don't have to worry about chargers, and you don't have to worry about being bothered by other people. And sure, you might hear dishes going, but guess what? That's because in this little $59 one-day pass, you get unlimited free drinks. You get food. I'm talking about soups, salads, crackers, cookies, all kinds of stuff. And somebody thought about that. Somebody had that in mind. So maybe you're the person that you might have some things in your mind, some things that are very creative and nobody else is on board with it, whether it be, in your personal life or whether that be in your professional life. I mean, my God, if all of us just sit around and just wish and hope and pray, we would not see some of the advances that we see today. So what would happen if the few of us who have the wherewithal to think more forwardly forwardly. I don't think that necessarily is a word, but you go with me here. For us who think a little bit more on the forwardly side of things, to just go ahead and do the things that, are given to us. Because the world is waiting on us. The world is waiting on you. And I think that is the perfect last line to cascade into. Remember, the future you is always and still is waiting on you. I am so privileged every week to come to you. I thank you so much for taking the time to listen to me. I hope that everyone has an enjoyable week. I am definitely going to enjoy my birthday on tomorrow, and I look forward to talking to you again next week, where I am sure I will have more insights and perspectives to share with you. But go ahead, for those of you who this really registered with, get up, do something about it, what you've been hearing and what's been brewing around, so that you can set this world on fire. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Talk to you next week.